So the boycott of Hogwarts Legacy has officially failed. We gotta wait to see when the sales come out, but the reviews, you would think that, because of how controversial this game is, because Twitter made it controversial, we all talked about the controversies of this game, but the critics actually liked the game. It had an 85 average review. 85 average review. You would think that the critics would hate this game. They would boycott the game. They would, and the worst review, I think, at The Guardian at 60. But all the critics are saying this game is good. Of course, they can't always trust the critics' reviews, okay? Obviously, because you never know. They might be being paid off by Morbuzz to hide a glitchy and buggy game. But people have gotten the game early, and there's not very much glitches and bugs. This might be one of the best games of the year, where it's given modern gaming. It's a very hard thing to do with all the battle passes, all the pay-to-win bullshit, and all the other bullshit they put into our games now, okay? And I think people will just like this game because it isn't like that. That's why Elden Ring sold so well, so fast. Okay, that's why Kirby. Even though I know you guys don't own it. I know not everybody plays on Nintendo. That's why Kirby sold 5 million copies. Of course, it's not updated. Did 2 included December sales, but it already is the best-selling Kirby game of all time. Okay, because people don't because not everybody is gonna want glitchy and buggy and broken games with full of battle passes and live services that no one wants. Okay? And I don't think we're gonna see much change in gaming over this generation of gaming, okay? I thought the last generation of gaming was very underwhelming. Okay. Then we have this generation of gaming. I have not really played many this generation of games. I played Sonic, Halo. Halo's multiplayer was complete garbage. Okay. Overwatch 2, we all know that game was a disaster. Okay, multiverses. Okay, it's just every game that comes out is just disappointing or is complete garbage. Okay, but it seems that Hogwarts Legacy might be a breath of fresh air when it comes to modern gaming. Okay, modern gaming, you have the failure of Forspoken. Literally last month, Fire Emblem Engage was criticized for its story. And also criticized for its art style, which is completely stupid because people said the art style looks bad as well. Even though last couple Fire Emblem games looked like that art style, okay, but this game is not going to be a failure, as much to the delight of the critics, much to the delight of Hogwarts Legacy's haters. Okay, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but the whole hate towards Hogwarts Legacy is absolutely stupid and retarded. Okay? Telling people that if you review the game and give it a good score, that you're a horrible person. You're a horrible person if you review the game. Okay, you're a racist, a fascist, a Nazi if you like Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, and that if you buy this game, you are anti-trans, you're anti-this, you're anti-that. Okay, even though the game has a transgender character, and you can make your character transgender as well. Okay, and again, this game is going to sell really well. Okay, definitely much better than Forspoken. Okay, no one likes Forspoken. Okay, nobody cares about that game. Okay, despite all of the so-called boycotts for Hogwarts Legacy, despite all of the boycotts for this game is still gonna, every time the left has tried to boycott Hogwarts Legacy, okay, it has failed. It has failed spectacularly. Okay, and this game is selling better every time they attempt to boycott this game. Because you can't tell people not to play a game just because of your politics, okay? It's kind of like, the right wing telling people not, sometimes the right wing boycotts do work with Charlie's Angels, obviously, but again, Charlie's Angels is a bad movie, and nobody liked that movie. No one was interested in it, okay? But sometimes right wing boycotts can fail, like, for example, Ocean's 8, okay? But usually, it's the left that typically try to boycott things because they think they have the power over everyone. They tried to boycott both Sonic movies. That failed. Okay, that failed spectacularly in the faces, telling us to buy Birds of Prey, telling us to support Birds of Prey. Okay, that backfired spectacularly in their faces. They were telling us to go see Lightyear instead of Minions. That failed in their faces. Okay, it seems that a lot of the refs boycotts do not work. I wouldn't be surprised if they're saying that you should buy Forspoken instead, a game that is filled with poor writing, poor animations, and poor graphics. Okay, that's the better game. That's the better game. Okay, as well. Hogwarts Legacy is selling really well. It was the best selling game for the past month, and the game is not even out yet. Okay, the game is not even out yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if this game is considered one of the best games of the year. Even the critics have to admit that the game isn't a bad game just because J.K. Rowling said things on Twitter. Okay, just because J.K. Rowling said things on Twitter doesn't mean it's a bad game. Okay, you know, but maybe if this game sells well, maybe people will realize that Twitter isn't the real world. That Twitter is not the world. Okay, that Twitter is not the most important thing on earth. Okay, because how many times has Twitter promoted something and it just completely failed? How many times are these Twitter hashtags has not resulted into real success? Very rarely. Okay, and Boycott Hogwarts Legacy is another example of a failed Twitter hashtag that only made a game that probably sold okayest amount of copies to become one of the probably the best selling game of the year because of these idiots. Okay, and that's basically this video. Goodbye.